Hello everyone, this is just a very quick video. Oh, hi, it's Saoirse, I forgot to say. This is a quick video just to say, please hold me accountable this year because I want to submit some writing. I know I've been saying this every year for many years and especially have felt really guilty and bad and like a failure about it since I got my master's in creative writing. But I keep telling myself, oh, I got my degree in 2020. It was when the world fell apart. You know, I only just now had my graduation this year because it was put off for so long. And I've been giving myself this very long break where I'm saying, oh, I don't need to stress myself out by submitting writing. But there's only so long that I can coddle myself and call it self-care. And at a certain point, it becomes apparent that I'm just avoiding this for no good reason. Some of the reasons are existential. I love to go, well, what's the point? Why should I bother writing? Why should I bother submitting to a bunch of faceless people who are just going to reject me and then I'll feel worse? You know, what's the point? As long as I don't try, I can't fail. But like, why not try and fail? Like, that's doing something at least. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing nothing at certain points, but life is just really short. So let's jump in and fail at some things and maybe get a little bit of success. So recently, my friend Jake, who I met at university, we were both doing creative writing, he was so kind enough to send me a list of places to submit stories to because it's the research aspect that really holds me back sometimes, just looking into where on earth should I send these short stories. I don't know where they could possibly find a home. And there are so many places, you know, online and print and really prestigious publications and really indie publications. There's just so much that it makes my brain hurt. But he sent me a great list, and I went to the bookstore today and I picked up a couple of these publications just to get an idea of who ends up in them. And the two that I chose, I'm really reaching here. Like, the idea of ever ending up in these is. I'm stretching, but like, I picked up the Paris Review and I've been looking into their submission guidelines. It says prose, interviews, poetry, and art. And I'm looking forward to reading it. It's a nice little solid book. And I hear this one is extremely prestigious. I was looking at some of the people who have been published in some of these journals, and it's, you know, like Haruki Murakami and I can't think of anything else right now. But yeah, like well-known names. Oh, Jamaica Kincaid. The other one I picked up was Harvard Review. Again, like, I'm not likely to get into these, but I feel like it's really good to aspire to something massive and crazy rather than sell yourself short right off the bat. So yeah, if you're looking into submitting things yourself, always check and see when journals are taking submissions. Sometimes it's only once a year or twice a year. Sometimes they just stop taking them when they fill up. And it can take months and months and months to hear back. That's the unfortunate part. So you'll probably want to do simultaneous submissions where you submit the same story to multiple places and let them know that you're doing that. Just gives you a better chance of getting your stuff out there and not waiting and waiting for one single rejection. Then you get all your rejections, you know, at once. I also picked up Poets and Writers magazine. This is writing contests, and this is the one thing I have done. I have submitted to a lot of writing contests in the past few years, and they cost money to submit to, and there are thousands of people submitting, and the likelihood of winning is obviously very low. It's that's just the odds, you know. So I feel like, you know, you have better luck being published than being the one sole winner of a contest that has, you know, a multi-thousand-dollar prize. But I just keep doing it. I don't know why. It feels just low stakes to me to enter a contest as opposed to actually trying to be published normally. I don't know, it feels a lot easier mentally to me to keep doing that, and my submittable is full of declined, 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 and a couple times I got close to a long list or a short list, but I've never won. But this is me saying, you know, every now and then just write a little comment saying, hey, have you submitted any writing? Have you written any new stories? Have you taken yourself to any open mics? There's actually an open mic tonight, and I am not ready. I didn't realize there was one tonight, so I don't think I'm going to be going to that, but I've got all these poems brewing. I tend to become very prolific when I'm experiencing any kind of a heartbreak or sadness that really makes me want to write poetry. So, you know, classic. So I feel it right now. I feel like I really want to get out there and slam another poem. But then I'm sitting on all these short stories, like that, some of which my professors told me in grad school these are publishable now, and yet I can't let go of them. I can't just say this is done. I've finished this. It doesn't need any more editing. If it needs something, they'll tell me, but I think it's good as it is. Voila. I don't know why that's just, it's so hard, and I wonder about this with any kind of artist, like especially musicians who create an entire album. How are they ever satisfied with how one track turned out? Aren't they just always driving themselves crazy years later going, oh, I could have recorded that differently, like I could have sung that note better, I could have played that better. That is how I feel with my sentences. You know, like that could have been tighter, that I could have used a better metaphor, that point could have gotten across a lot better here if I had just done this. And we always are our biggest critics and tend to come down very hard on ourselves when we look back at work that we've done perhaps months or years ago, and we think, God, look at that inexperienced person. They had no idea what they were doing, and this is completely incoherent. And that happens a lot with stories that I've written. And then other times, I'll go back to something that I thought at the time was pretty simple and not anything special, really. And I go, oh, I really enjoy reading this because I've had so much time to take a step back from it and come and look at it as, you know, obviously I know I created it, but as a reader, because I don't remember all the sentences once it's been months and I've put it aside. So I did that the other day and just read this story that I wrote during NaNoWriMo and was like, oh, this isn't going to win any literary prizes, but I'm really enjoying reading this. And there were certain sentences that I was like, I wrote that? So that's a very good feeling. And even if nobody else ever validates anything, you write for yourself and write what you enjoy. Write what is setting your soul on fire at the moment, and I think that's really going to come through in what you say and how you choose to say it. So, I could just keep going on and on. I love talking to you all and rambling when I have absolutely no notes and nothing really to say except here's some inspiration. Let's get out there. And if you are also a writer, please let me know, how is it going for you? Do you try submitting to things? Are you also sitting on a bunch of work and refusing to send it out to anyone? Have you gone the self-publishing route? How do you feel about that? You know, that's not something I'm doing right now, but maybe would consider someday. I am not happy with myself that I turn 30 next year, and I really wanted to have at least tried before I was 30, at least queried agents, at least submitted stories before I turned 30, and really the goal was to like have a publication before 30. And all I have is, you know, some like indie publications and articles I've written for websites, which isn't nothing, but you know, I wanted like, I don't know, did I want a New York Times bestseller? Sure, don't we all? But yeah, 30 is just a number. You know, maybe I'll do it before 40. Or I'll get a book deal tomorrow. Somebody will just scout me on the street and say, "You look like a writer. I bet I like your words. Here's $1 million and a book tour." I just want to do a book tour so bad. I think you actually have to write a book to do that. So, that being said, I have to get some lemon bars out of the oven, like right now. So thank you so much for watching. Hold me accountable, hold yourselves accountable. Let's hold each other accountable and support each other through this crazy journey of being creative people in a world that is literally burning. Okay, till next time, happy reading.